Everybody, this is Dennis. Dennis, look at the camera. Dennis is our foster kitty. And we love him very much. And he wanted to say hi to everybody. And he wanted to take a shot of tequila with us because he is a Mexican cat. We decided. I'm gonna put him down. Damn. And if he starts biting my teeth.
The frost, already frosting?
Yeah, dude. And I told you these are like thick shots. They're like molasses. He's gonna run right off of this. Good God. Good God.
That was bad.
Oh, I almost threw up. Alright. That's no good. That's no good, Denny boy. I love you so much. Alrighty. Hi, guys. First of all, I know it's been 2 weeks since I last posted, but I find it hard to find things to talk about for 30 minutes once a week when I'm literally not allowed to do anything. So I've been like kind of thinking of things that I should do on this podcast, and one of them I'm thinking of is doing my ideas of the week, because I always come up with these like dumb ideas, but like a little bit I think that they're fucking cool. So I'm gonna give you guys 2 of my ideas of the week right now, just to start it off, and I'll see how you guys like them. My first idea of the week has to do with the coronavirus and like restaurants opening back up, and they're saying that like you're gonna have to take the temperature of every customer and every employee that comes into the building. I think that that is going to be a fucking nightmare, to have to take the temperatures of every single person that fucking walks through the door. But I think, and I've seen these before, and I know that they're like out there, are these stickers that take your temperature. And I think that if you're gonna go out to the bars, you're gonna go drinking, you're gonna go out to restaurants, you need to just stick one of these mugs on your forehead and just fucking, that's how you get in places. You get in, someone looks at your forehead. If you're over 98 or whatever, get the fuck out, you know? And you can even just like look in the mirror. You don't have to carry around a thermometer. You don't have to be like sticking things under people's tongues or anything gross like that. You don't even have to touch anybody, get close to anyone. Just wear a sticker on your forehead that just tells everyone what your temperature is. So we know if you're gonna infect everybody in the area or not. I honestly think that that is a really good fucking idea, and that people should start making those stickers. I know people will be like, I'm gonna look dumb. I'm like, well, you're already gonna look dumb as shit wearing a face mask and gloves. So just throw the sticker on there, just all around look dumb as shit, and then we can all start going out and having fun again. My second idea of the week, some people and boys might think this is dumb, but I think this is a good fucking idea. I personally, when I have sex with someone, I hate when I end up looking like a fucking toaster strudel covered in icing, just laying there like, ugh, waiting for someone to hand me a towel. I can't get up or it'll get everywhere. It's like melting into my body. Like, I hate getting any sort of male ejaculation on my body. I know guys like to come all over girls, but I really I don't understand it. So what I'm thinking is a cum cup. You leave it on your bedside table. You grab it right before you're gonna come, and it'll be like kind of like, you know how they drain snakes? They like stick their fangs or whatever into this like plastic, and it just drains the venom like right into the cup. It'll be something like that. Like you stick the tip of your dick up against this cellophane and your cum goes into this cup. Like I think maybe $1 million idea. There's no mess. There's no stress. You don't have to worry about getting pregnant or anything like that. And you know, you can just get up and start going about your day. And you don't have to like hours later be like, what's this dry, crunchy area on my body that I didn't know was there? No, that would never happen. If everyone just used cum cups. And then, you know, eventually they can have it so it's like you could just save it, put it in your fridge, put it in your freezer. So like maybe, I don't know, your boyfriend dumps you and you're like, well, I still want your fucking kids. You got a whole stash in your kitchen. No, I'm kidding. That's dumb as fuck. But that, I mean, isn't that how they do it? They just like, you come in a cup and then you get to save that jizz. Am I wrong? I might be wrong, but I'm thinking that's definitely how you do it. And then they like turkey baster you right on in there with all the sperm juices. I'm giving you 2 ideas this week because I skipped a week, but I will come up with some fucking good ideas. 1 idea every week. And you know what? Trademark both of those so that no one can steal them from me. You guys will see him in my B-roll, but right now we're fostering a kitten. And I don't know if you know this about kittens, but they smell like shit. They smell worse than a puppy, worse than a fucking horse, worse than a herd of cows. They stink. Their pee smells is so like, I don't even know how to like describe it. It burns my face when I walk into my apartment right now. And if you know me, you know that I have like weird OCD and anxiety about smells. I'm constantly smelling my hands, constantly smelling my hair. I like will sit and sniff 50 Yankee candles before I pick one out. I'm just like, I just have a weird thing about it. So like the first couple days that we had him, I had a full on crying in the car mental breakdown because I could not stand the fact that it smelled so bad in my apartment. And I mean, like now he's getting a little older. He's like more fun and he's cute as shit. We named him Dennis. He's a little rascal. He's an ankle biter. He climbs up your leg. But there's a lot of things that I like really didn't know went into fostering a cat. I did not know that you have to drain a cat when they don't have a mother. And when I say drain a cat, I mean you have to like flick his dick till he starts peeing so that he can actually go pee. Otherwise, they just like hold it. They have to be stimulated. You have to stimulate their butt too. It's not just their fucking penis. I mean, it was like a learning experience. We had some issues going into it. I questioned whether I would ever be a good mother. I questioned whether I would ever want to be a mother at all. Because I'm thinking to myself, all right, I have this much anxiety about a 2-pound kitten who's not even mine, who like literally really doesn't belong to anyone at this point, and I can't sleep for more than 2 hours at a time because I'm afraid he's gonna die. So I wake up, I look at him, I make sure he's breathing. A lot of times he would wake up and then he'd start meowing because he like wants to come out, and like cats are nocturnal, so they spend a lot of the time in the night awake. He hasn't really started doing that yet because we do a good job of keeping him up. But like, I was raised with cats. I know that like from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. my cat is like either outside being a murderer or inside just causing fucking hell, just zipping from the second floor to the basement, zipping back up, knocking shit off shelves. And I am a day person. I've always been the first person to fall asleep at sleepovers. I've always been, you know, I don't like really take naps because I just like to be up during the day, and I like to go to bed at 9 p.m. And a lot of people can stay up all night, and like it's not a problem. Like if I'm going to stay up all night, I'm going to need like drugs and a lot of coffee, and I need to be like doing something like playing games. I don't know. Anyway, he leaves tomorrow, hopefully. We weren't supposed to give him back until he can eat on his own, which he's being a huge bitch about. He smells it. He knows that it's food. But I swear, he just wants to be bottle fed. He wants to like be held and stroked while he feeds off of his bottle. And it's cute as shit, but it's like really annoying also because it's like you have to grow up into cathood. Kittenhood is coming to an end. You got to grow up. And that sucks too because I know like if I have kids, oh man, if I have kids, it's going to be quite the journey. I don't think I'll ever sleep again. I think as soon as I have a kid, I will never sleep again. I don't care if I'm 80 years old and they're like literally living their life. They have their own wife and kids or husband and kids. I'll still be up at night being like, you know what? I wonder how they're doing. I should probably drive over there and check in. So now that I know that I'm going to be a helicopter mom, I'm definitely like reconsidering the whole thing. Because I don't want to be like that. I want to be like, you do you, live your own life, but I know I won't. I can hardly let Dennis like walk around on the couch without me being like, oh no, he's gonna fall off. I'm a fucking psychopath. But anyway, speaking of mental breakdowns, there's a lot of, like, first of all, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, which is dope because bring awareness to that shit by all means because it's real and a lot of people have it. But I find that like in quarantine also, there's not so much to like distract you. Like I'm a very busy person. I do a lot of shit and that distracts me from like whatever, anxiety I might be having. I work out, eat right, all that. But with quarantine, it's a little different because you can't, like, you don't have all those outlets to just kind of like escape from like what's actually going on. So I thought I'd leave you guys with some shit that I do when I'm feeling down. That really helps me just kind of like level out, kind of laugh a little, giggle some, and then, I start feeling better. One of the things, I'm going to take a sip of this. By the way, Rain is a fucking amazing energy drink, and my friend Nikki works for them, so you guys should buy this. Fuck Bang, drink Rain. Just kidding, Bang's good too, but Rain's better, I think. So, one thing that I miss, like, I think TikTok is cool, but when I'm feeling down, I go back and I watch these old Vines that made me laugh hysterically when they came out. I'll name a couple in case you guys know them. Like, there's that one where this one kid, like, throws a Frisbee and goes, like way off into the distance, and then some kid's like, what the fuck, Richard? That one makes me laugh. There's so fucking many. There's one where that guy sneezes when there's a bunch of deer standing outside of his house, and his wife's like, nice, Ron. And he's like, oh, I'm not allowed to sneeze. Anyway, I like watching old Vines because they crack me up. And they kind of like bring me back and make me think about like, this is what I thought was funny like a year or two ago. That's probably high school or like early college. The other thing that I love to watch is like birds attacking people. And I don't know why I find it so fucking funny when a bird is just flapping someone up top their head, pecking them, chasing them. They're like running. The bird's like, first of all, this is also coming from someone, I do not like birds. I don't like anything that I like don't understand. Birds can fly. Don't get it. I don't have wings. I don't fucking understand. They have beaks. They're like half dinosaur, half something else. If you look, here's the creepiest thing about birds. If you look at like where their feathers enter their skin, it's like a fucking spike. It's like a huge splinter. So, hey, there's no wonder if birds are pissed off at all times. They're being stabbed by all their little furs. Like, have you ever seen Black Swan where she's sprouting feathers and it looks like twigs are shooting out of her, like, ugh. It fucking grosses me out. And they have talons. They have these huge talons that like can latch on to branches and pick animals up out of the grass. And like, some people think that they're fucking cool. Yeah, I guess they're cool. One of my cousins is actually like a huge bird person. She's like Instagram famous. Her name's Python Page on Instagram for like loving birds. And that's dope for her. I'm glad that she found her passion. You cannot get me on board with birds. I've had my own incidents of being attacked by birds. I got attacked by a swan when I was a young girl, all because my cousin and my brother were throwing rocks at its nest. And when it started coming over, I'm like, no way, it comes for me. I didn't throw shit. It came right for me. But it's like, I cannot get on board with them, but I find it fucking hilarious when, oh, fuck me. That audio went out. I knew that was gonna happen. Just do it like this now. Alright, thank you.
Yep.
So the audio went out, so sorry if the rest of this audio sucks. But oh well. If anyone's feeling down, they should go watch birds attack people because it's fucking hilarious. And also, did you know that geese have like teeth on their tongues? When they hiss at people, it literally like spikes come up out of their fucking tongue. Disgusting. Alright, so the other thing I wanted to talk about today is something that happened recently. And it's fucking hysterical. So I guess on Monday, maybe Tuesday, I get a call and I answer it. I normally don't answer calls from random numbers, but it was a St. Louis number, so I was like, fuck it, I'll answer it. And it's this guy, and he's like, hey, I got your number from your boss. I was wondering if you'd talk to me a little bit about being unemployed due to coronavirus. And I was like, yeah, sure, fuck it. I've got nothing better to do. I'm just driving around. And so I talked to him. He just like asks me like, how's it going? When did I lose my job? So I told him all that. Which I lost my job this Saturday before St. Patrick's Day. So that's like a little, like almost 2 months ago, maybe 2 months ago. And then basically how old I was, what I'm doing to like spare my time and all this shit. But so he hangs up, he's like, I'm gonna have a photographer call you maybe to get like some portraits because like we're gonna do a story on this and like we're like talking to a bunch of people. I was like, cool. So the photographer calls me. I call him back. I'm like, yeah, I can meet you tomorrow. We meet up at a park. He's like, I want to take some video of you just to get some direct quotes. It's like, cool. So I take like a video interview and then he takes some portraits of me, tells me to look somber and jobless, which I'm like, pretty sure that's my normal resting face. But so we do that. And then he's like, all right, the story will probably come out on Friday. So I'm like, dope. So then Friday hits. And I get like a few texts. It's like, hey, I saw you were in the paper, and I was like, cool. So I'm like looking at it, and then like the deeper I like dive, and the like more the day goes on, like then I see that it's in Time magazine, which I was like, holy shit, that's a big ass magazine. And so I like sent it to my mom, and she's like, oh my god, who did you talk to? So I tell her who I talked to, and we look him up, and he works for the St. Louis Associated Press, which basically is like a news like hub where anything that they do goes to a bunch of different like news outlets, and it's like free for like anyone who wants to use it. So I get like a message from some guy on Facebook that saw me in the news in Belgium and Germany, and I was like, that's cool. But I still was like kind of just like, this is just kind of fucking odd. And then last night, Friday night, I'm like just fucking going about my evening, and I get put in a group message with my aunt and all of my cousins, and it's a picture of me on the TV, and I'm on PBS. And at this point I'm like, all right, holy shit, I have to see what I said, because I said a lot of shit when he was talking to me. And like, also, I just want to pat myself on the back. I did not cuss one time in that video interview, and I did it so that they could use it on whatever platform they want. And as you can tell by listening to this fucking podcast, I curse all the time. But, so so it's on PBS, and then I'm with my friends, and they're all fucking ripping me apart, laughing at me, putting it on their story, distorting my face is on their story. We're having a good time. And then I look at the quote that they used. And the quote they used, well, I need to look it up right now because I want to quote myself verbatim. Should I fucking have it on my phone? Also, I just want to point out right off the bat that the title of the article is minorities hit especially hard by pandemic-driven unemployment. Well, let's get one thing straight. I am not a minority. I'm like white as white can fucking be. I'm Irish and Scottish, and I don't even know what else, like probably French, but I don't think you can get more white than Irish and Scottish. Like, I don't have pigmentation in my skin. Would I kill to be a minority? Yeah. I would love a little dash of spice in my DNA, but I do not have any. Like, I can't even be in the sun too long without getting, like, literally fucking railed by the sun and just burnt to fucking shit. Okay, here it is, Sara Barnard. I thought it was like kind of just a joke. I was like, okay, well, this isn't going to last like a week. And then they're going to be like, okay, everything's settling down, you can go back to work. I had no idea that it would be 2+ months, and like still we have no idea when we're gonna open. Why the fuck did they have to do me like that? I said a lot of things in that interview, and I did not expect them to use the one portion of the interview where I referred to A, thinking that coronavirus was a joke, and B, like, using like 10 times. I sound like a fucking Valley Girl bitch. I don't sound like a minority at all. And then they, like, on the news, on the national news, it's like my name, and then right under my name, it's Sara Barnard, unemployed bartender. I wanna address this too, because A, I'm a bar manager. I'm not a bartender anymore, except for on Wednesdays. I do still bartend. But I was like, why? You first, you're gonna throw me in the mud, and then you're gonna blast it on national news and just refer to me as an unemployed bartender. It was like a peak and a valley of my life at the same time. I was like, cool, this is so dope. I'm on national television. This is not how I expected to ever be on national television. I thought that maybe if I was ever gonna be on national television, it'd be like, cause I'm famous or some shit. But no, it's cause I have no job. I randomly got called and agreed to this fucking interview, and then they call me a unemployed bartender to the whole world, and they didn't even like help me out or like put my Venmo up there or be like, this sucks. Also, I'm just like trying to like, is there nobody else to like talk to? Is everyone else an essential worker? Because as far as I can see it, the people that work at like Walmart have a job. The people who work at all the grocery stores have a job. The people that work at finance companies, like some of my friends, they still have jobs. And I'm over here, jobless as fuck. And I'm a bartender, and I feel like a bunch of people want to get fucked up right now. Except for now, like, some of the bars are opening again. I have no fucking idea when McGurk's will open again. I honestly don't even really think about it anymore. So I'm like, if it opens, it opens. And if it doesn't, then I'm just big chilling until then. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking about this PBS article. If you follow me on Instagram and you thought that post was funny, thank you. Because I thought it was funny too. I also have to get better, like you can see in the entire video, I talk like into my neck. I sound like I literally look like my face just melts into my neck. I have a quadruple chin, and then it's just the rest of my body. I guess I gotta talk with my head like all the way out here for the rest of my life. Alright, let's see. I got 7 minutes left. I'll hit you guys with some of my new pet peeves. And I have a lot of pet peeves. I've got, you know, like normal pet peeves, like people who drive shitty and people who like honk at me when I'm texting and the light is green. But then I have like pet peeves that I don't know if other people have experienced, but it like really bothers me. One of them is if I'm in the car and I'm singing and I'm enjoying myself, don't turn the music down to tell me that I got the lyrics wrong. A, I don't give a fuck I got the lyrics wrong. And B, you just ruined my vibe. You shat all over it, and now I can't even enjoy it. Like, it's literally like when you're telling a story and someone tells you that there's like a booger in your nose. You're like, well, now I don't even want to tell the story because I'm embarrassed and also annoyed. And it's like, you could have waited till I was just done and then be like, hey, like, hindsight, that's how you say the song. And also, if I don't know the lyrics, then I probably don't even listen to the song that much, and I'm just like trying to have a good time. So just, you know what, shut your mouth, because I don't fucking care. I would never tell someone if they got the lyrics wrong. Just kidding, I definitely would. I don't know why I just said that, but it just really peeves me. Because it's like, what do you want, like, what do you want me to do? Read the lyrics while I'm singing it and driving? If I cared enough to know what the lyrics were, I would know what the lyrics were. I can just tell you that much right now. My other new pet peeve is one that I found out that one of my friends does recently, and I am baffled and concerned. She goes to a fast food restaurant, orders fast food, takes it home, and then unwraps all of it and puts it on a plate and uses forks and knives to eat her fast food. That is some fucking, like, I don't know, communist shit or something. Like, you can't, they give you the unfoldable paper plate that the shit is all wrapped up in, so you don't have to go home and dirty a plate. I think that I would honestly divorce somebody if I found out that they plated fast food. Because that's just more dishes, that's more stress. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. And I hope she listens to this and realizes how dumb it is. Because you're supposed to eat fast food from the bag to the wrapper to your mouth. There's no middle step. There's no step to the kitchen to get a plate to unwrap it and then eat it. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Alright. I'll leave you guys with something that I'm learning, relearning. So, I lived with a boy my whole life, or two boys, I guess. I had a brother growing up. I have a brother. But boys are fucking disgusting. I shared a bathroom with my brother. It was disgusting. He would leave hairs everywhere. He would like shave his face into my lotions and my face creams and all this shit. And now, I live with my man candy, or my lover, as he would want me to say. And this motherfucker does the same thing. He leaves hairs in the toilet. He leaves hairs in the sink. He leaves hair all over the shower. But then there was something that happened the other day where I really realized that boys just like, they know how to like tidy. I don't know if they know how to like clean. This is what he did. We're laying in bed. He knocks over an entire glass of water, which he breaks a lot of shit. I never care because it's an accident. So he picks up the water. He's like, are you mad at me? Like, no, I'm not mad at you. Accidents happen, whatever. So this is when I got a little peeved. He goes and he grabs a bath towel, which I get, most absorption. We don't have a lot of towels in the house. It's like I just moved here kind of, and I don't have a lot of belongings to begin with. But instead of like, you know, just using the towel to clean it up and then putting the towel like in the hamper or like hanging it up to dry, no. He like straightens it out, places the towel over the mess, and climbs back in bed. Now I thought maybe he's just letting it soak in. Maybe I should just give him a chance to correct what he's doing. No. That towel sat there for like 2 fucking days. Until yesterday I'm like, hey, you know, you left your fucking towel. Like, it's like how Adam Sandler and Big Daddy, like, the kid pisses the bed, he just puts a bunch of newspaper over it and is like, go back to sleep. That's how it felt to me. Oh, God. He does do the dishes, which I like because I fucking hate doing the dishes. Something about wet food If I'm gonna do the dishes, I'm gonna need like elbow length, industrial fucking gloves that I can like get real down and dirty with. Like working in the restaurant industry. If you work in the restaurant industry, you know, like the dish station, and you're like throwing dishes down. The worst things that have ever happened to me in my life is like when I toss a bunch of silverware into the silverware bucket and then just like the fucking water splatters me in my fucking face. Or when I'm trying to clean off tables, oh god. Just like food on my hands in general. Like I honestly would not be opposed. Like the mask I'm not doing because I don't want to break out on my face. Just kidding, I would do it if I absolutely had to. But like I hate getting food on my hands. So wearing gloves at all times in the restaurant industry does not seem like an issue to me. Except for I do not like the smell of latex. So like am I allowed to wear like leather gloves or something better? Alright, I got 20 seconds left. Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh yeah, you want to see my little bunny? This is Denny boy. Little Dennis the Menace. Say bye to everybody, Dennis. Bye. Bye. Let me see. Speak your mind, kitty. Speak for all the kitties out there who don't have a voice. You're so cute. Speak. This is my little precious friend. I'm like one of those like world dominators that holds cats like this in their desk.
Yeah.
And just pets them while they dominate the world.